In the book Counsels for the Church, page 347, Ellen White said, the correct understanding of the ministration in the heavenly sanctuary is the foundation of our faith. And you've noticed that in this series of meetings. All of the truths of the Bible can be explained from the perspective of the sanctuary. There's not one single one that is not explained, and the relationship that all of those teachings and all of those concepts have with one another. And so she says the correct understanding of the ministration in the heavenly sanctuary is the foundation of our faith. And she's not saying something that the Bible doesn't say, because Hebrews 6:19 and 20 makes this clear. It says that the ministry of Jesus in the sanctuary is an anchor for us. Notice what it says there, Hebrews 6, verses 19 and 20. This hope, speaking about Jesus, we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast. So what kind of person is Jesus Christ in His ministry in the sanctuary? He is an anchor, sure and steadfast, and which enters the presence behind the veil, where the forerunner has entered for us, even Jesus, having become high priest forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. Now let me ask you, is the understanding of our earthly temple also of vital significance and importance? The understanding of physiology, the understanding of hygiene, is it very important also as it relates to our earthly trek and our earthly walk? Absolutely. Notice this statement from the book Education, page 195. She says, a knowledge of physiology and hygiene should be the basis of all educational effort. What does basis mean? It means the foundation. It's another word for foundation. She's just said that the correct understanding of the ministration in the heavenly sanctuary is the foundation of our faith. And then she says, a knowledge of physiology and hygiene should be the basis, which is the foundation, of all educational effort. So is it also foundational to understand physiology and hygiene as it relates to our earthly body temple? Absolutely. Now here's the reason why. In the devotional book, Our High Calling, page 266, she has this to say. Let me ask you, does your mind have an impact upon your body? Does your body have an impact upon your mind? Is a drunkard able to grasp spiritual things? Do your physical habits have anything to do with your spiritual health? Yes. Does your mental health have anything to do with your physical health? You know that they interrelate. Now listen to this. The relation, and she's writing this before medical science even had any dreams of discovering it. She says the relationship that exists between the mind and body is very intimate. When one is affected, the other is always more or less in sympathy. It is impossible for men, while under the power of sinful, health-destroying habits, to appreciate sacred truths. When the intellect is clouded, the moral powers are enfeebled, and sin does not look sinful. Wow. The most ennobling, grand, and glorious themes of God's Word seem but idle tales. Satan can then easily snatch away the good seed that has been sown in the heart, for the soul is in no condition to comprehend or understand its value. It is thus that selfish, health-destroying indulgences are counteracting the influence of the message, which is to prepare a people for the great day of God. Powerful statement. You know, if you want to read a couple of books written by Ellen White that will boggle your mind, the book Ministry of Healing. If the medical world read that book today, there would be a revolutionary change in the philosophy of health. You know, if people followed the counsels in that book, dare I say it, the health system would go bankrupt because people would get real healthy just by using simple things. most of which are free. Let me read you from the book Counsels on Diet and Foods, page 481. She says, it was at the house of Brother A. Hilliard at Otsego, Michigan, June 6, 1863, that the great subject of health reform was opened before me in vision. She saw the extreme importance of health in having a spiritual nature that is connected with God. She not only wrote Ministry of Healing, but she also wrote the book Counsels on Health. And there are many other books that are compilations from her writings. Like, for example, the book Medical Ministry that deals with the administration of hospitals and so on. She also didn't write, but there's a compilation of her writings that is called Counsels on Diet and Foods, where much of what she said over 100 years ago has been proven true by medical science. It's amazing. All you have to do is go for yourself and read these books. Read Ministry of Healing, Counsels on Health, Counsels on Diet and Foods, Medical Ministry, and other books that she wrote on healthful living. And her counsels are amazing. They're very much up to date. You see, folks, an understanding of the heavenly sanctuary is absolutely indispensable to be prepared for the coming of Jesus. But also, physical health and caring for our physical temple is also just as important in our preparation for the coming of Christ. In fact, I'd like to end by reading a couple of statements. One of them is in Testimonies for the Church, volume 3, page 162. She says, to make plain natural law and urge the obedience of it is the work that accompanies the third angel's message to prepare a people for the coming of the Lord. He designs that the great, listen carefully, he designs that the great subject of health reform shall be agitated and the public mind deeply stirred to investigate. And then she says the reason, for it is impossible for men and women with all their sinful, health-destroying, brain-enervating habits to discern sacred truth, through which they are to be sanctified, refined, elevated, and made fit for the society of heavenly angels in the kingdom of glory. Now, what are the remedies that she spoke of? Most of them are free. Ministry of Healings 127, she says, pure air. How much was your last bill for pure air? Sunlight. Abstemiousness, that means to abstain from that which is harmful. Rest. Exercise. Proper diet. Use of water. Trust in divine power. These are the true remedies. Every person should have a knowledge of nature's remedial agencies and how to apply them. It is essential both to understand the principles involved in the treatment of the sick and to have a practical training that will enable one rightly to use this knowledge. So, is it important to understand the heavenly sanctuary? Yes. How about the earthly temple? Just as much.